Hello and welcome to Football League tonight. Action from League One and League Two is our focus this Easter weekend.
There's nothing friendly at this crucial stage of the season. 22 matches featuring 50 goals are on the way in the next 40 minutes. Here's a taster of what's coming up.
Bradford face Millwall in a big League One promotion clash at the Coral Windows Stadium as the playoff race hots up.
Burton are setting the pace at the top. Are they clough enough to withstand the pressure? They faced an Oldham side in need of points to survive.
And we'll bring you all the crucial goals affecting all the promotion and relegation issues.
We will start with the battle for playoff positions in Sky Bet League One, where Millwall's run of just one defeat in their last 13 has also given them a chance of claiming an automatic promotion spot.
4 points behind them were today's opponents, Bradford, who went into the weekend just outside the top six. Commentary comes from Paul Walker.
As Reid launches one into the middle, McMahon underneath it, goes down, and that will be a free kick. And he can be such a threat, Tony McMahon, from these kind of situations. Gets hauled to the floor there by Ed Upson. McMahon will surely fancy his chances from here. It is McMahon to take it, not a bad hit. Well, he knows that was close. Phil Parkinson, one of the longest-serving managers now in the country. Here's Morrison. Whistle had gone. Will be a Millwall free kick, though. Just though it could be Joe Martin to take this on the left foot. It is Martin. And Williams was clutching at thin air as he dived to his left. In the end, didn't need to get hands on it. Here's Romeo, who will send it in there. Nodded down by O'Brien, and safely through in the end to Ben Williams. Looks to get rid of it quickly, trying to pick out Kyle Reid, who nods it beyond Thompson. It's a bouncing ball, it's awkward for him. Well, he felt he was being manhandled there. Did he have a shout for something here? The clock continues to tick down towards half-time. Morrison flicking on. Clark had eyes on it. Morrison away from Meredith, played into the middle, and O'Brien slices the ball over the top. Well, it has to go down. There's Millwall's best chance so far. Had a clear by Martin. Clark again. McMahon sends over the cross. It's a good one! Oh, and Archer makes the save. Can Clark make it count? Proctor will! Oh, there's a flag up. Celebrations are cut short. Proctor wheeled away in delight. But he's not smiling anymore. He looks offside there, doesn't he? Almost at the midway point of the second half, and still nothing to separate them. Over the top it goes, and cleared away by Martin. Thorpe keeping it alive. Proctor. Now Billy Clark, deflected, and Archer able to make the save. Clark eventually did get a shot away, took a slight deflection off Romeo. Archer down low to make the save. Clark. Davis is there! Stephen Davis for Bradford! On from the bench with what could be a huge goal in Bradford City's season. Remember, a Bradford win takes them into the top six. Stephen Davis, the man in just the right position. And now we have a game on our hands. Lifted high down the middle. Morrison. Good knockdown chance here. Williams has popped up on the scene. Still Williams. Just couldn't gather it. Possibly he should have hit it first time. Now, here's Taylor. Helps it on. Oh, Gregory. Well, he's claiming a corner, which he's not going to get. And it was Nathan Clark who lunges in here. Morrison levering on, looking for Taylor. Morrison again. It's Morrison! Great save from Williams, just to push it away to safety. Well, he catches this beautifully, Steve Morrison, and Williams managing to turn it clear.
I think it was a game of a lot of effort. Two well-drilled teams going toe-to-toe, and I thought it was a game that lacked a lot of quality. We got done by a sucker punch, lined up for a long throw, and the ball's gone short and come in the box. So I'm disappointed. Can't knock my players for effort and desire. Just I can bemoan a little bit of lack of quality.
It's going to be an exciting end to the season. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of teams capable of getting on runs, and we've just got to make sure that we concentrate on each and every game as they come, starting with Crewe on Monday, and do everything we can to make sure it's one of us in that top six.
You've made a bit of a knack of coming on from the bench and getting goals in recent weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, to be honest. Obviously not too proud of it, because obviously everyone wants to be playing, but listen, if I'm contributing and getting 3 points for the team, I think that's all that matters. We're coming to the business end of the season now, and you know you've got to keep picking points up, especially against teams who are around you. So listen, we're delighted in there, but there's a big job to be done on Monday going to Crewe. It's going to be a tough game, and we'll have to be right up for it.
So it's a move into the top six, a real boost for Bradford's playoff hopes there. Today's early kick-off at the Pirelli Stadium affected both the top and the bottom of League One.
Yes, the leaders Burton took on Oldham, who are mired in the battle to avoid relegation. Commentary of this one from Danny Higginbottom and Bill Leslie.
Butcher, here comes Akins. Can he finish it? No.
It ended up going through to him, very fortuitous. See the ball did just go through the deflection. Coleman ends up in no man's land. He's got 3 defenders between them to be thankful for.
Here's Duffy with the corner. And it's back off the bar. Flanagan thought he had the goal.
It's a good ball and it's a fantastic header.
Here's Mark Duffy. In form, 3 goals in his last 2 games. Looking to provide here for Flanagan. Well, he did well to hit the bar with that header in the first half. Should have hit the target there.
He should have done, and Holloway switched off. He just got back to him at the last second. You see, he switches off. Looks like he could possibly be offside, then Holloway just eases him out at the last second.
Holmes Dennis. Main is there! Really important touch by McLaughlin. There's Kelly, blocked by Akins.
McLaughlin's done absolutely brilliant. It's a fantastic ball in from the left-hand side. Great run forward. And Holmes Dennis, great ball in. And a vital touch that is from McLaughlin, because Main was looking at the far post.
Duffy!
Great save from Coleman. He's had very little to do. See Duffy gets it over the wall.
Duffy. Still Duffy. Burton suddenly upping it. Bevan stooping but heading over.
Duffy does brilliantly here. He does want to get it on his right foot. He does that perfectly. Gets a shot off his blocks. And the ball comes back in and Bevans is aware. He just can't keep his header down.
So what about the team just behind Burton, Wigan, who haven't lost a league game in 3.5 months and have occupied 2nd place since February?
On Friday, they went to Swindon, who were unbeaten in their last 7 under manager Luke Williams. Commentary on this one comes from Gary Birtles and Gary Weaver.
McCann trying to get in behind Barry. McCann's delivered the ball and it's swept home. And no surprise, Will Grigg, right place, right time. One attack up the pitch and bang, Wigan are in. They show their power and their strength.
This is all too easy. Look where it comes from. Straight ball. That looks, dear me, that looks right offside. He puts the ball in there. It's not a good one, but Grigg gets in between the two there. Finishes it beautifully.
Here's McCann. That's power! Well, he's just touched the stars with that goal. Not the first time he's delivered a special strike from distance.
Too easy again, checks inside, not closed down, but the strike is absolutely sensational.
Perkins. Wigan Athletic have got Swindon Town right where they want them. This is Will Grigg, able to spin away from Turnbull.
Thing is, here we go again.
They're in trouble again. It's Grigg, deflected, goal! Well, Wigan Athletic are showing why they are knocking on the championship door, coming to a place like this and dominating.
Again, they try and play it out from the back. Again, they get dispossessed, fall to the wrong man or the right man. If you're a Wigan supporter, big deflection, huge amount of luck, but you get your luck by having a pop.
Yannick Vilchut. Well, could be another chance here. It is, and another goal. This time it's Sam Morsey. And Wigan Athletic are tearing this place down, brick by brick.
Look at this, in between two players, nobody closed him down yet again. Good first touch away from his body, wonderful strike.
It's a Jose, and UC Escalanin is called into action. Fantastic stop.
Brilliant all round. Fabulous free kick from a Jose. Great technique. Before he starts his run, look at the bend he gets on it.
Doherty. Lovely slide-through ball. And this is Nicky Jose. And there is the predator in Nicky Jose. And finally, Swindon Town have something to smile about.
He plays it beautifully through to him. Splits the defence. One touch. There, just guides it in that bottom corner. I'm going to give Swindon a little bit of credit, because at 4-0 down, this game could have gone right away from them in massive embarrassment. But they dug in. They've not conceded again yet. Got the goal back themselves.
Nathan Thompson, trademark run.
Oh, that could be an instant. That could be off.
And what's the decision here? There is the decision. A stray red for Nathan Thompson, who looked just to have overrun the ball. And they went crashing through on the challenge.
He'll say he went for the ball, but he's lost it. Look, he's going for it, but that's off the floor. He's caught his man, and that could be an ankle breaker, without a doubt.
But it was a great result for Wigan there. They last lost away from home on September the 12th, in which time 33 managers in the Football League have been sacked. But a new one was appointed this week. Graham Alexander became Scunthorpe's new boss. He signed a 3.5-year deal at the club, where he started his career and made 159 league appearances. Caretaker boss Nick Dawes will be his assistant.
We will see how Alexander got on in his first game in charge in just a moment. We're going to start our look back at some more of Friday's matches, though, at Peterborough, where Coventry were the visitors. Commentary from Daniel Mann.
Madison. One, Bostwick's free! Well, if you don't take your chances, you can be made to pay, and that's the fate Coventry have suffered here. Bostwick popping up, free as a bird inside that penalty area, and Tony Mowbray's dissatisfaction clear. Here's Madison. One angle's there! finds the net by hook or by crook. And Posh may well have claimed the points and dented Coventry City's playoff bid. And this is Murphy. Angle with him all the way. Oh, not all the way. It's Murphy who will pull it back, and Joe Cole is there. And that's quite a response from Coventry. Brilliant surge by Murphy, finished stylishly by Cole, and they're right back in this game. Colthurst. Oh, it's broken very kindly for Beautyman! Well, that's a real nerve settler for Peterborough. Only his second goal for the club, but it's a precious one as far as tonight is concerned.
The job is to attack, the job's to score goals. I think this probably makes us top goal scorers in the league now. It's nice to have that title back. We intend to keep it. It's not going to be easy, it's going to be hard work, but you know, that's where the club wants to be.
The third person in charge of Scunthorpe this season, Graham Alexander, said it was heaven just to be back in the technical area. Who knows how an away win would have made him feel. The Iron might have got one at Oakwell. Luke Williams with the best chance of the first half. Scunny were more than a match for the promotion-chasing Tykes. They just lacked finesse in the final third. Jim O'Brien was another who threatened the opening goal. Barnsley are still without a permanent manager of their own, and this wasn't their best performance. Set pieces provide the best opportunity for Paul Heckingbottom to record another win. Luke Daniels got fingers to Conor Hourahan's free kick and then made an even better save from the resulting corner. Mark Roberts denied as Scunny collected a 6th straw from 7 unbeaten matches.
All very tight between these two playoff challengers for almost half an hour at Spotland before Anthony Wordsworth found some room and then picked out Jack Payne, who clipped Southend in front. That small stumble on Rochdale's well-timed run to the top 6 was soon corrected because crucially they were level before the break. The much-travelled Grant Holt reaching the 6-yard area at precisely the right moment. A competitive, scrappy first half gave way to a comfortable stroll for Rochdale after the restart. They'd already hit the bar by the time Joe Rafferty converted Donald McDermott's cross. And from then on, a 6th win in 7 league games came surprisingly easy for Keith Hill's men. Jim McNulty was certainly largely untroubled before he picked out Jamie Allen, who emphatically confirmed that these teams were heading in opposite directions in the League One table. The Southend slipped to 12th with barely a whimper. The first time in 2 years that Rochdale had won 4 league games in a row, and they even provided a late punchline. In injury time, their substitute broke free and finished coolly past Southend keeper Dan Bentley at the 2nd attempt. A happy Easter for Dale, delivered by Joe Bunny.
Port Vale are going along rather nicely with the playoffs very much in their sights. The same could be said of JJ Hooper, who spotted Louis Dodds, who then converted, albeit with a little bit of help from the crossbar. Not for the first time, though, Shrewsbury would be grateful for the form of their on-loan midfielder, Sully Kaikai. How his parent club, Crystal Palace, could do with a player in his kind of fettle right now. That, his 5th goal in 4 games. If the celebration was a little understated, there was rather more excitement in injury time when Nat Knight-Percival and Richard Duffy were involved in a contretemps. It finished with Duffy in the net and the Shrewsbury man raising his hands in front of the referee. A red card was the inevitable result, but it was the visitors who felt a little more aggrieved about it all.
I think it's a penalty. You know, he's penalised our defender for a push on the goalkeeper, and when you look back at it, like I have done, the centre-half who gets sent off actually pushes my defender into the keeper, and that's why he's ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, not happy. Stay with us, because there's plenty more to come on Goal Rush as Bristol Rovers set their sights on reaching League One with back-to-back promotions.
Welcome back. You're watching Goal Rush on Football League tonight. All of Friday's action from League 2 in a moment, but there's still 4 more games to bring you from League 1.
We'll start with Blackpool, who were just a point outside the bottom 4. They faced Bury at Bloomfield Road.
With Bury having lost 11 of their previous 12 away games, conceding a 74th minute penalty looked like being catastrophic for their chances at Blackpool. Tom Sawers tricked Jim McAllister, and the home side were awarded the spot kick. Danny Philliskirk did the business for Blackpool, and suddenly the Tangerines were on their way to a juicy 3 points. But crushingly, their lead lasted just 2 minutes. Danny Mears' equaliser earned Bury a draw and puts 50 points on the board for the Shakers. Blackpool remains some way short of that survival total.
A meeting of two teams who are running out of time at Bramall Lane, and it showed. A breathless pace from the off, and the hosts have missed enough chances to win a couple of games by the time Che Adams slid them in front. 1-0 down at half-time flattered Crewe, who looked every bit like a team who'd won just once in 17 league matches. The Blades sharper and more determined, and just past the hour, 2 up. Adams doing the heavy lifting to release Paul Coots, whose cross wasn't converted by Billy Sharp, but was, in some style, by Ryan Flynn. Just what United needed to keep the top 6 in their sights, but just as Crewe's hopes of escaping the bottom 4 dimmed a little further, the Railwaymen turned up. David Fox's long ranger looked like an impressive act of defiance, until it was added to 7 minutes from time. Some neat passing led to a telling delivery from Callum Ainley, and Crewe skipper Harry Davis was on hand to complete a highly unlikely comeback. But not, unfortunately for Alex, a lasting one. With 3 minutes left, United found the right man to deliver just their second win in 6 league games. Lewis Reed's cross dispatched by Sharp, his 17th league goal, and one to probably keep United's season alive.
So it shows good character from the players, because to actually get pegged back to 2-2, the character and the resolve and the grit and the resilience to go on and win the game. We needed to win the game. We've gone and won the game. We've scored another 3 goals at home. We've scored goals. You know, we can just keep them out of the other end, it'll be far better.
Having lost their previous 5 league games, the arrival of Gary McSheffrey on loan from Scunthorpe was meant to inject some goal-scoring know-how, and it took just 21 minutes for the Doncaster debutant to make his presence felt, and the new boy had a celebration sorted out too. But that was as good as it got for Darren Ferguson's men, who continued to fall like the proverbial stone. Gavin Massey launched the Colchester fight back with pace and energy before Chris Porter made the most of too much time and space. 2 goals in a minute would then take the home side out of sight, and they were both worth the admission fee. Elliot Lee started the shooting competition with an absolute beauty. That was just what the doctor ordered for a Colchester side with only 1 win in the league since mid-October. They were also looking to avoid setting a new club record of 12 home matches without a win. So, when Alex Gilby unleashed a rocket, all was well in the world of the U's. The Doncaster manager, though, described his side's performance as an embarrassment and possibly the worst half-hour of football he'd ever seen. In truth, the home side were queuing up to score when Richard Brindley did, to lift the U's off the foot of the table, while these are darker days for Donny.
Chesterfield's poor form at the Pro Act has been the main reason they find themselves looking over their shoulder to beat the drop. No one's lost more at home in League One. But after carving through the Fleetwood defence, Oliver Banks couldn't put them ahead. Stephen Pressley admitted there's a danger of momentum shifting against Fleetwood. 3 straight defeats after just 1 in all of February. Well, they were helped by a poor clearance from Sam Hurd. Tyler Hornby-Forbes came closest to giving Fleetwood all 3 points, but both sides had to settle for 1.
So Colchester are off the bottom of the table for the first time since early February. They've been replaced by Crewe. Oldham have moved a point above Doncaster, and Blackpool are 1 clear of the relegation places.
Here's the other end of the table. Burton stay top, but their lead over Wigan has been cut to 4 points. Millwall stay 5th, and it's Bradford now who occupy the final playoff spot at the expense of Barnsley.
Into Sky Bet League 2 now, and Bristol Rovers started the Easter weekend in the automatic promotion places for the first time this season, having won their last 5 in a row.
So on Good Friday, they face Cambridge, who have struggled a bit for consistency of late, but they still have a chance of making the playoffs.
When Bristol Rovers lost to Stevenage at the Memorial in late November, a fan wrote to Darrell Clark to tell him he was clueless. They haven't lost in 10 home games since. Perhaps Billy Bowden's low drive after 9 minutes shouldn't have beaten Cambridge keeper Will Norris. But when the midfielder met Dan Ledbetter's cross for his 8th of the season just 9 minutes after that, Clark was surely preparing a satisfied smile on the touchline, which must have grown a little wider when a major reason for that impressive run of form weighed in. Matty Taylor with his 21st league goal of the season to maintain Rovers' hold on 3rd place. Clark is now waiting for another letter from that supporter.
Plymouth's promotion push has stumbled of late with 1 win in 7, but they took the lead on the Fylde coast when Ruben Reid's shot rebounded to Jordan Houghton to score his first for the club since joining on loan from Chelsea this month. Jim Bentley's side have struggled at home, losing 4 of their last 6 at the Globe Arena. One of their best chances to equalise fell to Lee Molyneux, but he headed wide. And if Morecambe were to end a dismal record of 9 defeats in their last 12 games, they were going to have to do it with just 10 men. Moments before the half-time whistle, that challenge from Alex Kenyon on Carl McHugh earned him a straight red. Plymouth have more loanees than they can use on match day. One of them, Jamil Matt, ensured they stay level on points with 3rd place Bristol Rovers.
Accrington maintained their promotion charge and their record of having scored in every home game this season. Billy Key was the man who unlocked the Londoners' defence for Scott Brown to help himself to his 2nd of the season. In truth, the margin of victory should have been wider. Sean McConville had a little too much time to pick his spot. Indeed, that could have been an expensive miss. Orient might have taken a point, but Ollie Palmer's touch was heavy, as was his collision with Ross Etheridge. But the Accrington keeper and his teammates held on.
Referee Paul Tierney upset both managers here. They agreed that John Lundstrom's robust challenge on Michael Tong won him the ball. The ref saw it differently and showed Lundstrom a 16th minute red card, which will rule him out of next week's JPT final. Oxford were then awarded a contentious penalty. Although Danny Hilton is backing into the goalkeeper, it was Jamie Jones's judo throw that was penalised. Happily for Jones and Stevenage, he saved Liam Sercombe's penalty on the stroke of half-time. In the second half, it was Sercombe's turn to make amends. Kamar Roof spotted his perfectly timed run, and Stevenage were once again in danger of a 6th consecutive defeat. But Oxford couldn't hold on to that lead. Byron Harrison rescued a useful point for Barrett, who might wonder if they could have made more of 82 minutes with an extra player.
For me, it's a booking at worst. I think he takes the ball cleanly. I think it's not as if it's a 2-footed challenge. He's gone in there with 1 foot, and it's head on. It's not from the side. It's not from the back. And he seems to win the ball quite cleanly. The only problem is obviously when you win the ball cleanly, he's took out the man as well.
Unbeaten in their last 15, Northampton are on track to be the first English side to win promotion this season. And they took the lead through John Marquis. That's Northampton's 69th goal of this campaign, the most they've managed in a season since 1988. Warren Feeney believes his Newport side are safe. They lost here despite this late effort from Medialito. Northampton need just a point from each of their remaining 8 games to go up. 3 wins and they're champions.
85 points with 8 games to go tells exactly the story about what these players are all about. And they're a bit disappointed in there because the performances weren't good. And I've said you've got nothing to be disappointed about.
After sacking Jamie Fullerton last Saturday, Notts County owner Ray True appointed the former Swindon boss Mark Cooper as manager until the end of the season, with the possibility of extending that arrangement if it proves to be a success.
Cooper is Notts County's 10th manager in the last 6 years. His first test was a trip to 6th place Portsmouth, who were just a couple of wins outside the automatic promotion places.
Mark Cooper is in no doubt about the size of the task facing him after a thumping on the south coast. Carl Bennett was his and County's chief tormentor with a sparkling display which came to life just before half-time. After conceding 4 at home to Exeter last weekend, which cost Jamie Fullerton his job, this would be another torrid afternoon for the Magpies, with Bennett second just after half-time, leaving him and the visitors on their knees. Defending will be the priority for Cooper, whose side were picking the ball out of the net again when Christian Burgess claimed his first of the season, although he admitted it did take a deflection. Another cross brought more of the same as Mark McNulty maintained Pompey's promotion push and made it 7 defeats in 8 for County.
It's time for the latest instalment of Was It a Cross or Was It a Shot? This week's contestant, Wycombe's Michael Harriman. And we're saying cross. Not that it matters, of course, and anyway, Mansfield, according to the stats, didn't have a single shot of any type in the entire match. Now, this Stephen McGinn effort flown in for 2-0, the Sorry Stags could hardly have complained.
In March 2015, Hartlepool won 4 games to ensure their survival in the league, and 12 months on they've pulled off a similar trick. Adam Jackson's simple finish to Luke James' spectacular assist set up a 5th match unbeaten in Pool's favourite time of the year, which was almost sealed when Billy Painter slid a pass to James, who's still waiting for his first goal since he returned to the club on loan from Peterborough in January. Wimbledon's efforts to preserve their playoff challenge almost paid off in stoppage time, but Adi Aziz was denied by Trevor Carson. Poole now 11 points clear of the drop zone, which wasn't the case a month ago.
Darren Way's yet to lose at home as his fight to keep Yeovil up continues. Ryan Bird failed to put them in front. Despite appearances, almost 300 Carlisle fans did travel to see their best chance fall to Jabo Abire, but a point kept them within 6 of the playoffs.
All season long, poor home form has been undermining Exeter's chances of reaching the playoffs. And this was another frustrating day for Paul Tisdale and co. They edged ahead when Jayden Stockley met Matt Oakley's laser-guided cross. But another fine goal saw that lead wiped out just 7 minutes later. Curtis Weston glancing in Elliot Johnson's cross. And although Stockley came mightily close from this free kick, Exeter never did manage to regain their lead in a game they bossed. It could have been worse though. Barnett rewarded a penalty when John Akinde was tripped. He took the spot kick himself, but, well, see for yourself. An awful moment for Akinde. He'll be kicking himself, never mind the post. Frustration all round then, especially for Ryan Harley, who was denied a sensational winner by goalkeeper Jamie Stevens. A 5th home game without victory for Exeter, who've won at St James's Park only twice since October.
A game to illustrate exactly why York City are facing the drop and why they still have a slim hope of avoiding it. Only Matt Harrold paid enough attention to Simon Walton's free kick, and Crawley led after just 5 minutes. Bootham Crescent fell quiet as fans and team seemed to accept their fate, with the exception of Lewis Alessandra, who found his way past a number of defenders before John Ashton made a challenge he couldn't evade. Luke Summerfield levelled from the spot and prompted York's best spell of the game, which ended abruptly just after half-time when Crawley led again. Andy Bond's long throw helped on by most of the home defence to Liam McAlinden, and York's winless run stretched to 8 matches. It did so with a draw at least, thanks to a goal which deserved rather greater reward. 20 minutes from time, a 7th of the season from Michael Coulson, who's set to join Scottish side St Johnstone in the summer. Not a bad farewell gesture, but York's goodbye from the league is a little closer.
So that result means York stay second bottom, 3 points now above Dagenham and Redbridge, who didn't play on Good Friday. Stevenage remain 7 clear of the drop zone.
Northampton are now 13 points clear of Oxford in second. Bristol Rovers stay above Plymouth on goal difference. Accrington a point further back. Portsmouth and Wycombe complete the playoff places.
Right, here's what we have coming up on Football League tonight. Over the next week or so, we will be here Monday night, 5 to 11, with highlights from another busy day in League One and League Two. Then we're back next Saturday with a full house of action as the Championship returns after the international break. That's at 9 p.m, and then Kelly will have highlights from the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final, Barnsley and Oxford at Wembley, Sunday, April the 3rd, midnight.
But before all of that, there's a great night of live boxing following us here on Channel 5 this Saturday night. Nick Blackwell defends his British middleweight title against Chris Eubank Jr. at the SSE Arena, Wembley. If Blackwell wins, the belt is his to keep. But Eubank says it's his dream to be British champion before he takes on the world. So what promises to be one of the fights of the year is next on Channel 5.
We're done. We'll leave you with our pick of the goals from the last couple of days. Good night.